So, hello everyone. So the topic will be how can we revolutionize the sorting and identification process. Regom is, just to put you a little bit, to give you a little bit of context. Regom is part of a group, Transport Cassier Group in France, and we collect and sort tires for Alia Pure eco-organisms, the French eco-organism, since now 22 years. So we've got 2 sites in France, and we sort nearly 4 million tires a year. So this is why we work on this subject, this topic, since 8 years now. So to have a little bit of context, each year it's between 1 and 2 billion, it's a large scale, but 1 and 2 billion of ELT which are produced in the world. Almost every ELTs are collected and treated in the North Hemisphere. However, in the South, it's still not that working that well. At the moment, from our understanding of the market, the current sorting is mainly non-existing or very tough job with a lot of human labor, manual, difficult, non-data identification, nothing. So the 2 main way of valorization at the moment in the world is the reuse for retreading or second-hand market, and the valorization for energy recovery, material recovery, pyrolysis, and devulcanization. So as I said earlier, we've got 2 collection sites in France. Those sites are based in Burgundy and Brittany, and this is where we develop our first 2 machines, based on the fact that we have to develop a machine reliable and who answers the real need of this industry. I mean, sorting used tires with water, dust, icy, whatever condition it can be. Another thing was to treat a tire every 3 seconds to be able to process 8 tons per hour like our shredder at the end. We did it after many years of R&D. It was not that easy, but we did it. And now we are able to read on the brand, the profile, the dimension, the wear. We measure the wear on 1 point. The DOT, load index, speed index. Let me show you. Normally you should click on a video. No? Or no video. I can explain it. So, for the tire identification and separation, the main goals, according to what we have seen in the world, because now we've got 12 lines running in Europe and soon in the US, whatever the application is, you have to separate, identify, and select the tires. Whatever, if you do retreading, resell, pyrolysis, whatever. So the main challenges for the industry is to separate the tires in the coming years, because all the manufacturers are placing at the moment RFID tags in the flank of the tires. So if you want to be able to identify it, whether with artificial intelligence vision or RFID, you have to debulk and separate and align the tires in front of whatever identification system you have to. Then you have to identify, so visual analysis, it's what we do. We also develop with the GDSO and Michelin the RFID's antenna, able to catch all the RFID tags in the tires. And then we develop all the algorithm to, according to all those reading and criteria, being able to sort the tires based on the brand, the model, the dimension, the wear, sometimes the chemical composition linked to the customer database. He knows that a Michelin primacy have this content of silicate, whatever. It's not my job, it is their job, but we develop all the software able to treat this huge amount of data that we collect now. So those applications are mainly here to increase the value and the price of the product that they produce, because at the moment we've got demand, specific demand from granulator, for example, to sort specific tires according to their chemical composition to produce specific material, such as the lift. Has it have to be compliant with the European regulation on chemical product content, we sort specific tires. Mainly, for example, Michelin, Pirelli, Continental, all the major ones are compliant with the EU regulation. So those granulators are looking specifically for those tires and not other kind of tires. So it increases value and price. It's compliant with regulation, and it also allows to manage more precisely the industry with all the data of the production daily and whatever. So from our understanding and what we have seen, whatever application you can have, the sorting will be in the coming future a necessity. I always do the comparison with the metal industry. 20 years ago, they were collecting everything, shredding everything, melting everything. Poor value. Now they are collecting, shredding, separating everything with crazy system, high-speed visual system, and they create pure copper, pure steel, pure alloy, and they create value. Exactly the same process in the tire industry. So if you've got any question or remarks, I'm here. No? Clear? Clear? Clear?
I'll come over here. Okay, thanks very much, Arthur. Are there any questions? No? Okay, well, let me start by asking you, I understand you've got some various new projects ongoing at the moment, some news that you'd like to share with everybody, so maybe we can.
Yeah, we've got one with someone here for the truck tire reading.
Yeah.
We also read now black on black when the tires are wet, because it's something very complex in terms of vision. If you are doing artificial intelligent vision, you will easily understand that when a tire is dry, it's perfectly black and black. When a tire is wet, it's black and white, because you've got light reflection, and it's very complex to read. So we found out after 6 months of R&D with a full team how to read wet
Regom
and dry tire at the same time. We are also now developing in the US for specific applications such as granulation and pre-sorting of truck tire on one side, because we've got 2 machines, one for light and one for truck. So Melissa here is going to go in Boston to manage our line there. And moreover, the GDSO and the work that we are doing with Riccardo Giovanotti, the head of the GDSO, around the RFID tags, for me will be the future. This is why I'm talking as an identification system and not an IA reading system, because in the future it will be a combination of RFID and IA or whatever system you can imagine, to be able to sort perfectly the tire according to the use you want to do. Reuse, retread, granulation, pyrolysis, whatever. If I take my own case of Alia Pure collector in France, today we do retread, resell, and shredding. With our machine on our site, we do shredding for type A of granulation, type B, type whatever. So we multiply the stream, and it will be more and more complex in the future, and all the companies will have to adopt such system, Regom or other, I don't care, to be able to create the value and answer the new demands. It is our understanding of the market we are evolving in. European at the moment with our lines, soon US, maybe Japan, we also have discussion there. And all the major countries or organizations such as Europe are asking for data collection regarding the waste. And at the moment, tire, we are only talking about tons. We are selling units and we collect tons. So there is always a difference between the selling and the collection. With our system or RFID tags, we will be able to answer the digital passport product demand, the whatever new regulation which are popping up everywhere, to be able to justify individually the end of life of each product. It's coming in Europe by 2025. It will come then in the US and soon in Japan, because I was there a month ago and we were discussing about this topic. the how to justify the end of life of each product.
So where are you finding the most interest from at the moment? What sort of companies? Because I've seen your system in place. It's a very big retreader in France. Is it retreaders or is it tire collectors or processors? Where are you getting the most success at the moment?
Every kind of usage have its own advantage. Retreaders, they gain time because they do not have to type down everything before the buffing system or whatever. Another user. Reseller, as we are, it's more easy for us when we use this machine because our sorter doesn't have to remember all the rule and criteria for the destination. You can see here, you see the brand, the model, the dimension, the wear, and it pops on the screen a potential customer, a potential destination directly. So the guy doesn't have to retain everything anymore. So it's way easy for us to train our operator, and they are more concentrate on the defaults. For the granulator, it's easier for them to prepare specific batches according to the number of truck tire, light vehicle, the brand, the model, the composition, whatever. So every usage is different, but they all find advantages, not in our system, but in identification in general.
Excellent, okay. Do we have anybody who would like to ask a question? So can we have you first and then can we have a microphone? Yeah, this gentleman, thanks. Yeah.
So you are a producer of a machine for for sorting the different tires, and you will sell the machine, or you will be a company who is doing this sorting process for potential customer.
Are you selling the machine or are you offering the sorting service?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Both. This company, Regom, is selling and developing the machine, and we do also all the engineering going around for the conveying system, the electricity, the PLC. We manage everything because it's brand new. So when we arrived, we cannot just sell the machine by itself and say, okay, do whatever you want. We do the debulking system, the feeding system, the alignment, everything. And I'm also director of a branch in Transport Cassier Group in France, TC Group. And in this branch, we collect and sort and resell the tires to customers everywhere in mainly, I would say, Africa and Eastern Europe. So we do both. And this is why we developed this machine and why we create Regom, because at the beginning it was for our own usage. And then our colleague in France said, oh, it's quite clever, can I have one? And we developed the company and we just go and go. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and the gentleman at the back here, yeah.
I joined a bit late. So you also have a RFID reader so that you can track all of them. So you provide the complete solution.
Yeah, we developed the IA reading system since 8 years, but now since 2 years we are developing with Michelin the GDSO, the reading system, and for the RFID tags, the antennas. So we provide both, and it's all linked in our software. So you've got the data all managed at once. It's one of our strengths. We develop everything for our own usage, and we sort more than 4 million tires a year. So it works for real usage. It's not a laboratory machine or whatever, it works.